Hello, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. A bit more of a subdued, chit-chatty video this evening for me. I was all ready to go. I kind of logged out of everything. I've been working all day, and then this news broke, and this is pretty major news. So, Warner Brothers is going to be debuting the entirety of their 2021 film slate on HBO Max, as well as in theatres. But remember, when anything is streamed, it is then available for torrents, for download, put lockers, 1, 2, 3 movies, whatever you want to call it, however you sail those high seas. So the fact that it's going to be in theatres as well is just, it's kind of a redundant thing at that point. And I'm guessing like the title of this video will probably primarily focus on Dune, because that's one of the films I'm most looking forward to, and I was most looking forward to it being in theatres. So I am really glad that they are still putting these things in theatres, because I for one personally really do like the theatre going experience. I don't like sitting next to mouth breather plebs. However, obviously I don't think anyone does. People that just stink, or loads of noise, or just arseholes in general. However, I do like the theatres, so I'm glad, but I'm still very saddened that, you know, they are still releasing it on HBO Max, and unfortunately I think it will suffer as a result. So yeah, this is on Variety. I'll leave a link down below, but let's sort of dive into it and we'll each get our thoughts on it, shall we? Now, when Warner Brothers announced that Wonder Woman 1984 would land on the streaming service HBO Max on Christmas, at the same time it debuts in theatres, many expected it to be an isolated case in response to an unprecedented pandemic. I'd already heard rumours from friends of the channel that they were going to be putting Dune on HBO Max, and that's because they've been sending screeners out to everyone. So yeah, Dune is still releasing its release date, but it'll be on HBO Max as well, because the screener went out with Wonder Woman 1984, which is a shame. And the reason why you can say it's still going to be releasing the same day is because screeners, I myself have had screeners, generally speaking, they're sent about a month, tops, maybe 2 months prior to the film's release. So, you know, reviewers can review it in time and then get their thoughts out there, and it's all staggered in it's a marketing window, basically. Now, instead, the studio will deploy a similar release strategy for the next 12 months. In a surprising break from industry standards, Warner Brothers' entire 2021 slate, a list of films that includes The Matrix 4, Dune, we've got Lin-Manuel Miranda's musical adaptations of In the Heights, a Sopranos sequel, The Suicide Squad. All of that is going to be debuting both on HBO Max and in theatres on their respective release dates. Now, that's interesting because HBO Max is only in the States. Can't get it anywhere else. Can't get it here in the UK. So what does that mean? Does that mean that they are neutering their US-based market in favour of subscriptions? Very odd. Very, very, very odd. And, yeah, not good either, I don't think. Now, the shocking move to simultaneously release movies day and date underscores the crisis facing movie theatres and rising importance of streaming services in the wake of a global health crisis that's decimated the film exhibition community. Yeah, it has actually. But I stand by the fact that I think theatres have never been safer or cleaner or even nicer to go to. I went several times during this whole pandemic. Saw Unhinged, I saw Akira, I saw The Shining, some other movie I reviewed on the channel as well. Basically, the moment theatres opened, Tenet, I watched Tenet, and it was great. socially distanced seating, no one sits near you. It was awesome. It was really, really good. Much cleaner than they've ever been, and theatres are normally pretty gross, to be fair. So it's again, all I can say is it's a shame, and I believe a lot of people will be there with me. Warner Brothers' 2021 release slate also includes Denzel Washington's thriller The Little Things, biographical drama Judas and the Black Messiah, Tom and Jerry remake, and Godzilla vs Kong. Oof. Oof. So that's confirming that Dune and Godzilla vs Kong is going to be releasing on HBO Max. Which is funny, because there was a bunch of people recently that did some videos saying anyone that says that it's releasing on HBO Max is a clickbaiter. Well, I guess your sources were wrong. Yeah, because Warner Brothers has the distribution for Legendaries, so they're releasing it on HBO Max as well as in theatres. Shame. In the short term, the move will inject some welcome buzz into HBO Max. That's the key reason there. That's the key reason why they're doing it. Is because HBO Max is a failure currently. It's not got the subscribers. No one really cares about it. It's not performing very well. They don't have that many subscribers on it. Now it's interesting. So Ann Sarnoff referred to the model as a unique one-year plan. It's a test pilot. It's a test pilot. Mark my words, guys. They're using this as a test pilot, and in future, if it's a success, that's what they're going to do. And the thing is, as well, if it is a success, that's actually not bad, because it'll still be in theatres, so I can still go watch it in theatres, and they still get their money, and we still get sequels, and that's the main thing, isn't it? We're living in unprecedented times, which calls for creative solutions, including this new initiative for the Warner Brothers Pictures Group. This is from Sarnoff. No one wants films back on the big screen more than we do. We know new content is the lifeblood of theatrical exhibition, but we have to balance this with the reality that most theatres in the US will likely operate at reduced capacity throughout 2021. With this unique one-year plan, we can support our partners in exhibition with a steady pipeline of world-class films, while also giving moviegoers who may not have access to theatres or aren't quite ready to go back to the movies the chance to see our amazing 2021 films. We see it as a win-win for film lovers and exhibitors, and we're extremely grateful to our filmmaking partners for working with us on this innovative response to these circumstances. Interesting. Now, yeah. There really isn't much else that I want to go into with any of this stuff, because all of this stuff is just recapping so that Variety could bulk out their article. So a few things, really, is that, yes, this has happened, but I think what is really important is that you do, if you are so inclined and you can, keep going to theatres. Definitely keep going to theatres. Because these will really struggle otherwise. Yeah, I mean, this is their entire slate. Entire 2021 slate. So it does mean that Godzilla vs Kong will as well. But it also means they'll get their marketing done now as well. So we haven't had Godzilla vs Kong trailer yet, right? Because they didn't know when they were going to be releasing it. Now they know. They'll stick to that window, and we'll get a trailer soon. I think it's a shame. I genuinely do think it's a shame. This is all part and parcel of HBO Max being a massive failure. But Dune and Godzilla vs Kong belong on the big screen. So I'm glad that they're still going there, but it's still a damn shame that a lot of people will opt, because it's convenient, to just experience it on your small TV or big TV, whatever you want. It's not as big as a theatre, is my point. And the sound's never as good, normally. So that's a shame. It's interesting. A lot of people have been saying the future's streaming for many years now. I think this will be the beginning of the end for theatre chains, for sure. And there's the potential chance here that studios... I'm going to sound like an idiot now, but they're doing it potentially on purpose. And the reason why I say that is they repealed or didn't renew a law which meant studios couldn't... The law stated that studios couldn't own theatre chains. That law is no longer in place now. And yes, we have had lockdowns, but when we open back up, you could just send them just to theatres, couldn't you? Making people go back. And as a result of you now no longer doing that, theatres will potentially go under as they are, or anyway. You know, why wouldn't Warner Brothers want to buy a bunch of studio chains, theatre chains? Why wouldn't they? Of course they would. Sell it direct to the consumer there in a theatre as well then. Mega money. So anyway, let me know your thoughts on all this down below in the comment section. I hate this news. It's a shame. And it's fascinating to see how it unfolds. So let me know your thoughts down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. But Mr. H, take care.